And now, do we have more, Paige?
Yes, two more.
And now for the Q&A.
How about something from Janine?
Hi, Janine.
Janine says, how do you feel about sugar substitutes? I love sweet things. And so when I'm dieting, I find lots of things with fake sugars, either chemical or natural, to give me some enjoyment. And I feel like I'm having a treat. But should I just quit cold turkey and break the cycle of always craving sweet things? Thank you in advance.
Janine, this is a great question. I have, you know, I'm not such a sweet person. Like I'm not like I would rather have more pizza than have an ice cream sundae. Every now and again, something sweet I feel like eating, but I was not such a sweet guy. I'm more of a savory person. I like fat and salt over sugar. That said, I do find like 0% fat Greek yogurt with nothing sweet in it pretty tough. Like, I can also make a savory sauce out of 0% fat Greek yogurt, but I got to add salt to it and like lots of other delicious things. Just sitting down to a 0% fat Greek yogurt with nothing in it, that's rough. So I'll occasionally throw half a Splenda in there or some berries or some whey protein powder, which whey protein powder it tends to be artificially sweetened. um I will say though, if you're if if part of your plan is to eat less sweet things, then maybe it's a good idea to eat less sweet things, because whenever your diet's over, like, or just go like, I need this fix and I'm gonna just be doing artificially sweetened things forever. But when the diet's over, if you've still got this big sweet tooth and now you're not eating artificially sweet things and you're going back to sugary sweet things, probably will see weight regain. And so that's the tricky thing there. I would also say, like, it can be rough, but spend some time away from sweet things, and then I find that once you kind of let your palate readjust, maybe you don't need as much. I know that there was a time where I needed to put 2 Splendas in my coffee, and that's how it tasted good. And then I was like one day ripping open 2 Splendas, going like, this seems like an awful lot of Splenda. I'm going to spend some time with no Splenda. And then the coffee sucked for a while. I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it as much. And then one day I was like, I want a sweet coffee today. And I put 2 packs of Splenda in it. I couldn't drink it. It was like, this is way too much. What the hell am I doing? And I found that at that point, I could get by with half a pack of Splenda. So I think there is something to, like, we get accustomed to this stuff and then we need more and more and more. And so, like, yeah, maybe it's not a bad idea to take a break from that stuff and see how you do. Maybe a bowl of blueberries, if you haven't had anything sweet for a week or two, a bowl of blueberries could knock your Aunt Connie's socks off. It could be like, holy shit, this is amazing. I never knew blueberries could be so good. But I would challenge you to, eat apple pie every day, and then try to eat an apple and see how good that apple tastes without sugar and spice and everything nice. Like, it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
So I mean, those are my recommendations. I have nothing really, excuse me, against artificial sweeteners. When you look at the studies that say like this caused cancer in our mouse, they were giving those mice so much artificial sweeteners. Like, I think the one study said, when you put it into like human terms, how could a person get this much artificial sweetener? It was like, well, you'd have to drink 1,600 Diet Cokes. 1,600 Diet Cokes, and this is what they were giving the mouse every day. And so it's like, no, that's not a real study. give the mouse the equivalent of what a normal person would consume. And some people might be consuming a lot of this stuff. I doubt anybody has gotten through 1,600 Diet Cokes in a day. I don't see how that's humanly possible. And so like I don't think they're really bad for us. But I would say, like, if you're thinking of them as a short-term thing, what happens when that short term is over? You know, are you just going back to regularly sweetened things, and then gonna, you know, which have calories, and are those excess calories going to cause you to store fat? And then we're just back in the cycle of it.
That makes sense. I'm going to use that advice myself and take that to heart. It's so funny, your coffee story, because now I drink black coffee
Yeah.
and I don't, but like a treat is a coffee that has some kind of oat milk or a thing or whatever. And I feel like, oh my God, you know, but yeah, it takes a while to get used to that.
It does. Yeah,
Yeah.
black coffee to me sounds absolutely repulsive. But I'm sure I could get used to it. It
Yeah.
might take a week or two, and then I'd be like, "Oh, I'm a black coffee person." And I actually think black coffee people are cooler than people who have to spice their coffee up with fat and sugar. Like, I respect you. You know, you see a person who orders a black coffee and you're like, that's a badass. That person's like a fucking hardcore person. Um, and so yeah, I just think it's time and effort.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you for your question, Deneen. No, Janine.
Janine, come
Janine.
on.
Geez, Paige. Thank you for your question, Janine. If anybody else has a question for Ethan, please email it to us at hello@americanglutton.net.